kender til 5. Det er ligesom robotter, det er kollegiate shit. De kender ham, alle kan ikke kende sig selv. Men rolig min bror, du kan vende dig til. Jeg kender til rotter, jeg kender til 5. Det er ligesom robotter. Welcome back to TransGuyReacts. My name is Nik and I make videos about whatever I want to make videos about, namely LGBTQ plus content, usually girl love stuff, and a lot of Yoko. Even though I wouldn't call myself a Yoko account, I do make a fair amount of Yoko videos. And this is going to be about Yoko's TikTok live that she did on December 19th, I believe, and then also the airport situation on December 20th between the 9-Star Studio crew going to Hangzhou, China for the fan meeting on the 21st and the 22nd for both of them, respectively, because they do separate fan meetings because of the whole China not being the most receptive to queer stuff. But Yoko's live was really controversial. People were very upset about it because she just repeated things that she said in the past, namely about her being single and that she likes both genders. She said that both of these in the past. She said this back in like July, I believe. And at the time, people were pretty irritated then. I guess there's some controversies in her fandom right now because of the whole Cambodia thing. When they went to Cambodia for their fan meeting, people felt that like Yoko was being distant or something like that. And she was like, well, I'm going to answer some questions basically that people have had. And they were not happy about these answers either. But I'm like, to me, they're the same answers she had in July. And then literally the next day, a couple days later, Faye did a live with Yoko and was like, kind of refuted some of the things that she said and was like, okay, you're single, but you're unavailable. And like telling us like, she's mine. Like, in no uncertain terms. She said it like 3 times, like, Yoko is mine and she's single, but she's unavailable. Like, so Yoko saying things in a live to me doesn't really mean much. They do have contracts. I know that they don't have a contract for fan service, but of course, like, all of these GL couples do a little bit of fan service to a degree. And they have both said that, like, Faye and Yoko, that they don't want to do fan service. They want to do what's natural to them. And they've said in interviews, like, they don't even really notice when the things that they're doing and if they're different or from other couples, and that 9-Star Studio has told them to separate and to do less shit, the stuff that they've been doing. So to me, the fan service is like, I don't know about that. The issue is like, what is Yoko saying in these lives versus like what's reality? Because even in some of the interviews, like they did an interview after the Y Entertain Awards and after the Marriage Equality Awards, and both of them, they were gaslighting the reporters. They were like not answering truthfully, like literally talking about, like, asking Faye, like, oh, you really like skinship, blah blah blah, and she's like, I don't like skinship. Who likes skinship? When literally like 20 minutes ago they were all over each other, plenty of cameras to see, but like literally lying to the reporters' faces, right? And then asking Yoko about her jealousy, even though it's very obvious that she's jealous. Faye has said she's jealous. They've talked about it in fan meetings. Like, Yoko is a jealous person, but like Yoko at the same time with these reporters are like, I'm not jealous. It's just normal behavior, or that she just likes to play with Faye and it's nothing more than playing. But then we'll literally be laughing at, like, in their faces when she answers questions. She's like, we're like, oh, well, how are we supposed to get close to Faye when you're the only person who gets close to her like that? And she's like, that's too bad. Ha 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 ha. Like, they are playing in our faces, bro. I think I can believe that their contract tells them not to say what their status is, because it's better to have this ambiguity, and honestly, for privacy, not to have people in your business like that knowing what's going on, because the fandom's already like pushy. And imagine if they knew your relationship, they would even ask more inappropriate questions about your relationship. So it's better just to be like, we don't answer explicitly what we are, but we will answer questions about some things, and we will do the things that we want to do. Can I believe that they're not actually together? They're not a couple? Absolutely. This could be all just them playing around, right? And they just have really good chemistry. I could believe that, right? But for me, it's hard to believe because of what they do. They do way more than any other couple. It's like over the top and unnecessary, and it does seem like it's mindless. Like they're not thinking; they're just doing stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like fan service. That just sounds like what they want to do. And it's like it's so sexual. It's like horn dog. Like y'all got your hormones are raging. Like if you're not together, you are fucking or you have been fucking. Like there's no way. Why would you let your coworker? There's so many examples of like them biting each other, groping each other, caressing each other, grabbing booty, grabbing tits, like doing so many things, eating people's fingers, like like putting fingers in their mouth, putting food in their mouth that's been in your mouth and then your mouth, touching each other just in inappropriate ways. You don't need to do all this. The other fandoms, they're doing very little. They're just like holding hands and maybe saying ambiguous things, giving each other googly eyes, and the fandoms are going wild. Yet Faye and Yoko be like acting like they are legitimately a couple who does not see the world around them, and they be like in their conversation just like blinders. The staff keeps telling them to separate and to stop doing shit. So to me, I'm like, it's some bullshit. If they're trying to say they're not together, I'm like, they're most definitely together. They are private but not secret, and they're playing with us. I think they're playing with us. I love the game. I think it's fun. I think it's great. If it were to come out that like they were like, oh no, we actually aren't a couple, this has been, we're just playing into the fandom and like giving people what they want, I'd be like, well, thank you, this was a really good time. I love seeing this. I love your chemistry. I really appreciate you guys doing this for so long. It's going to be like another 4 years of this, so this is great. And for me personally, like, I'm more of a Faye fan than I am a Yoko fan. I like respect Yoko. I think she's very smart, she's very beautiful, very clever, but I am more of a Faye fan. So like, if this isn't real, I'm not going to be hurt by this. I'm going to be like, okay, well, no, too bad. Who's Faye into now? Like, who's she talking to? Who's she checking out? Because I'm like, I'm all about Faye. I think she's fucking gorgeous and interesting and unabashedly herself, and I love her personality, and I'm like invested in her as an artist. So for me, that's what I care about. So if they're not together, if there's not real, whatever. But I think it's real. It seems pretty real, especially the way that Faye looks at her. I've watched many a video of Faye because she has a very long digital footprint, and of her with her friends, with people she's interested in, her close friends, even with Lux. She does not look at any of them like she looks at Yoko. The way she look at her is like love, desire, intimacy, annoyance, and the annoyance where you're in a relationship annoyance. And so for me, I'm like, if this is not a relationship, Faye is most definitely in love. Maybe it's not a relationship, but Faye loves her a lot. And maybe Yoko doesn't feel the same. Who knows? She's got a lot going on. She's got school or whatever. But like I said, I think they're together. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. I've been talking for so long about like the what ifs, but let's get into like the actual live and what Yoko said during this live, and then we'll get into the airport situation and look at that, because I think both are quite interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to repeat what she says because it's in really small writing and some people can't read this. So she says, guys, tonight I'm gonna decorate the Christmas tree. Oh, she's speaking in English. I don't need to translate this. Oh, cool. She's gonna be with her friends.
I'm cooking for them.
I bet she's cooking pasta because that's her thing, or salmon.
I don't think so because I think she has a plan already, and I also have a plan already.
So she's not gonna spend Christmas with Faye because Faye has plans. She's probably gonna hang out with her family and go to church, and because Faye is a Christian, so she does more like traditional things. And Yoko is not a Christian. I'm pretty sure she's just Buddhist, and so she sees Christmas as like just a more of a friend holiday, and so she's gonna hang out with her best friends. Makes sense. The thing is, people are like, what? Why is this happening? Because in the most recent interview, they said that they would be spending Christmas together, and this is where I'm like, they be lying, yo. They don't be telling us the truth. They don't be telling the reporters the truth all the time. And I'm like, yeah, they probably already had these plans already before they even did the interview, and but like they're being vague about stuff because it's like, frankly, it's none of our business, okay, what they're doing. Maybe they're gonna hang out the day after Christmas, maybe the day before, who knows. They work together, who knows. Are they gonna spend New Year's together? Likely, we don't know. But like, just because they're not gonna spend Christmas together is not that big a deal. But she goes on to say, but it's fine because we work together, so we can meet each other a lot. Yeah, they working together like 5 to 6 times a week. Like, they see each other every day practically. It's okay if they don't spend Christmas together. Just by myself, really. What does that say? Just by myself, really. Can I be myself? But yeah, I'm always be myself. Even I know that maybe it's not like, I cannot be every people in the world, but I still want to be myself. Like, be with everyone in the world or something. I will be honest and not pretend anything. Even I know it maybe hurt someone, but I will try. But I know, like, my friends, they really love me with their pure heart. That's good. She's had a good circle around her. So they will understand. So that they will understand. There's just music playing, which is why I have this muted, and the lyrics to the music. She's reading the comments. I think that time will prove that I really love you guys. I cannot make any promise, but you will see how cool I am, how brave I am. And you guys can see my development. That's true. You've come a long way the past few months. I do it for you guys. I really want to be better for you and for you guys. Oh, I really want to be better for me and for you guys. Okay. And I'm so lucky that you guys are so smart and sincere. Some of them. And like mature. Not always. I know you guys, like, you all understand, right? No, a lot of them don't understand. You be giving people the benefit of the doubt too much, but yeah, she has matured. I would say a lot of her development has come along quite a bit. She's grown up quite a bit in the last year.
One of the reasons is P11.
What about P1? What's she doing?
She always protected me.
Yeah, I can see that.
But just in front, like, not in front.
Not in front?
Behind.
But behind. Okay. She protects you. She protects you behind closed doors. Okay.
When I have no one, P1 will be there for me.
When she has no one, P1 will be there for her.
She's the best mommy in the world.
She's the best mommy in the world. Okay. Yeah. I would imagine that they've probably had a lot of deep conversations about privacy and like protecting yourself and like boundaries, and that would speak a lot to like how she conducts herself and what information she shares and how she shares it. And I'm really happy that P1 seems like a really good person.
On the award day that I went to, I can't really focus on my fans because, like, basically I'm always trying to recording the picture in front of my eyes on that time to remember every fan that came to me. Like, they came to see me and they wait for me for a long time. And I know it's hot and hungry or something. That's why I really appreciate them that they came to see me. So I really wanna keep the picture in my eyes on the time of their face. I try to remember every single people, like everyone
That's a lot.
that came. So
A lot of responsibility.
yeah, but on that day I cannot do that because I'm gonna cry. And I don't wanna cry. I don't want to cry.
You haven't cried in a while.
I don't know why, but I feel really love them. I love my fans. And I know that they love me. So, yeah, I cannot staring at their eyes like before because I'm gonna cry. And I just want to show them that the kids is really grow up and strong. Yeah, I'm trying to be strong, like stronger.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, on the first event that we met, I was the one who cried.
You cried a lot.
Crying in every situation and freezing and silent.
Yeah.
But for now, like, I don't know, I changed a lot.
You have.
But they're still here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a year of loyalty, I guess. It's a new fandom,
I
though.
would cry. I'm so emotional.
I would agree, though. She has come a long way, and she has not been crying like she used to. If she does cry, it's because she's happy, not because she's, like, nervous or scared or sad or something like that. So, yeah, a lot of progress, a lot of development professionally, and I think that has a lot to do with Faye, to be honest.
I'm just human. I'm not good at everything.
I gotta put this on mute because, yeah. She says, I'm not good at everything. My habit and my personality is not that good. Don't have a good discipline. I'm assuming that's what she means. In the past, I was the one who really get easily angry and fight everyone. Low patience. If someone is trying to hurt my people, I will be the one who just like, hey, what's wrong with you? Confrontational. But for now, what should I say? For now, I'm changing. I told you, I'm not good since I was born. Oh, okay, that's strong wording. The experience taught me a lot. And for now, it's me. Just me. Yeah, so I can understand that. She's like, I got a quick temper, and I used to, like, knuck if you buck. But now I'm learning patience, which is good. You're growing up. Gotta mute again. She says, I'm really excited for this Christmas. Oh, and I would like to say that I really appreciate that you guys always supporting me. I'm really happy and feel thank you a lot for the award and that you guys gave it to me. I'm so happy. I'm just a little bit nervous and excited because it's the first time that I went to the stage alone. In my head on that time, don't laugh, Yoko, like that. Be serious. Nah. Basically is what she's saying. I'm afraid I might trip. Very real fear because, girl, I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah, she really be tripping. She be stumbling any and everywhere. So that's like a real fear. Like, that's legit. And you didn't stumble. Good job. Well, gotta mute it. Alright, so this says, people don't need to stress. Like the story about Yo's past, because Yo is confident that Yo has already talked about this on the show. There's a show that she was on that she talked about an ex, or exes actually. Millions of people know. Yo once said that I used to have a boyfriend and had a lover. I feel my face feel itself is not bad. It's okay. Also cute. It's impossible to be without an ex-lover. She was like, I'm decently good looking, guys. I should be able to have exes. That's basically what she's saying. Never hidden anything from anyone. She has not. But that's a thing of the past. So I just feel sorry for them, kind of pity them, because they have to suffer the consequences because of me. She's like laughing about it. But it's true. Like, fandoms are crazy. How the newbie would feel, that kind of thing. I have no contact. I confidently say that. She's like, I don't talk to these people anymore. Can y'all stop harassing them? She had some drama with like people bringing up her ex and like how, and saying that she was still with him or something like that. And she's like, that was a year ago, guys. It's over. It's done. And this is the problem with the fandoms. It's like, this is why you don't really say too much. She's kind of saying a lot even here, and I'm like, you probably don't even need to say this.
I just talk about my gender. I mean, I can like both of the boy and the girl.
This is not new. Her saying that she likes boys and girls. She said this before back in July. She was like, I don't know. She's like, I like both. I'm kind of confused about what my gender is. It doesn't really matter. I just don't think about it like that. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Who cares? But people care. I'm like, but the fact that she is admitting that she likes girls, I'm like, well, obviously, the way that you be acting with Faye, like that, you better like girls rubbing on asses and shit, and like kissing her on the cheek at fan meetings. That's some bullshit. Here's another question about it. It says, oh, so this is when she answered it in Thai, and then the thing that we just saw was like in English. So she says, asked if I like women or men. I feel I like both. I've talked to women before, but I've never dated one. Because most of them, they come to flirt with me, but I like flirting. Do you understand the feeling? Okay, her saying she's never dated a woman. One, semantics, right? Like, what are we talking about? Word choice? That doesn't mean she hasn't been with a woman. She says she's never dated a woman. And I'm like, doesn't mean you haven't been with Faye. Doesn't mean you guys haven't had, like, been hooking up. Situationships are different from dating. I'll tell you that. And also, she just could be lying. She could be like, yeah, I've never dated anyone before P5, leaving things out, leaving information out. Or maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe she has never dated anyone. We won't know for another 4 years.
We can understand. Oh, I'm really sorry. I try to communicate in Thai. But it's so hard because the comment is in English. Okay.
She's like,
No,
I
just talk about my gender.
Oh, gender.
I can like both of the boy and the girls. Just that, like, I used to. I mean, I can like both.
Mm-hmm.
But before, I think I don't have to like explain about my gender because I don't think it's important. But for now, I just saw some fans that fight each other about my gender. So that's why I have to explain.
You don't have to.
I don't want them to fight each other.
You don't have to.
I want peace.
I want peace. Good luck with that. You into the GL world.
ถามว่าหนู
Someone asking if I can like boys and girls. I feel like I can like both. Get it? I have talked to girls before, but I have never been in a relationship with one. Oh no, really? Because mostly girls are the ones who approach me, come to flirt, and I actually prefer to be the one who's flirting. Do you get the feeling? Yes, because you be flirting with Faye all the time. What are you talking about? We've seen it in action. Right now, I'm not really sure what I am. I want to specify what gender I am. Get it? I just don't want to close any opportunities. I mean, if we say that we only like a certain type or something like that, then if someone we might like hears that and doesn't come to approach us, what should we do? That's kind of smart. I want to close off my opportunities. And she says, if we count the people properly, count the people of like in the serious relationship with, have only ever dated guys, but when it comes to chatting, I talk to girls more. However, I feel that before I didn't need to bring it up. Get it? I feel like it's a personal matter. Right now, I see a lot of people, and I just wanted to explain you shouldn't fight. Please don't fight about my gender. So if we count the people properly, count the number of people in a serious relationship. Why are you thinking? Why does this have to be a thought? Have only ever dated guys. Again with the thinking. This is not in English. She's saying this in Thai. So why is it taking her so long to answer this? She should know the answer to it. So I'm like, to me, that feels like very suspicious that she's like being very choosy about her word choice. And I'm like, yeah, who said that you have never been with a woman though? You said you only dated guys. I don't know if you and Faye are dating. I wouldn't call that. I don't know if I would call it dating. You see each other every day. It could be a situationship for all we know. And one of convenience too. If you think about it, you're like, okay, well, I don't have time. Like, I'm in school. We're going to be in this working relationship for the next 5 years. It's just more convenient if we are kind of together. We hook up sometimes. We have this intimacy. We keep this going. I can believe that. I could totally believe that. I'm like, oh yeah, like, why not? It makes things easier. And you can be like, oh yeah, we have never dated, but we have a situation. We have a ship. But I'm not going to tell y'all that because it's not your business who I'm sleeping with. Dating and sleeping with are two different things. I remember during one of the reactions, Yoko was like, they're not in a relationship. They just make love. And Faye covered her mouth like, shut up. And I'm like, what is that about, bro? What is... Because Yoko be saying too much.
And something that I want to tell you guys. Can I tell in
This has no subtitles. This has no subtitles and it has music, so I might have to cut all of this because it's probably going to get copyrighted. Oh, this does have translation. So this is really long, but I'll read the translation here. It's 7 minutes long, so everyone, please don't take my past too seriously. I'm pretty sure I already talked about it in a show with millions of views. I mentioned that I used to date guys, had boyfriends, and honestly, I don't think I look bad. I'm not unattractive. I think I'm cute in my way. So it's not like I wouldn't have exes, right? I have never hidden this from anyone, but it's in the past, so I just feel sorry for them, the exes. I pity them for having to put up with me. Means like digging up old photos and stories. I wonder what their current partners would think about that. And she laughs. Okay, I don't keep in touch with any of them. Honestly, I've learned my lesson. She laughs at that. But seriously, don't stress about it. If someone doesn't understand, that's fine. But most of you do understand. I don't know if I would say. A lot of your fandom's very young and impressionable. So I don't know if that's true. As for me, when asked whether I like men or women, I feel like I can like both. Do you understand? I've talked to women before, but I've never dated one. Usually women approach me, but I like to be the one making the move. Do you get it? My preference is quite specific for both men and women, which makes it hard to find someone, that's all. Right. I don't want to define myself by any specific gender. Do you understand? I don't want to limit my opportunities. For example, if I say I only like one gender and someone I like hears this and decides not to pursue me, then what? If we look at the numbers, I've only dated men, but I've talked to women more. I've just felt like it wasn't necessary to discuss this before. It's a personal matter. But since people are now debating this topic, I felt the need to clarify. Please don't argue over my gender. She laughs. Reading the comments with my close friends, we all react the same way. I'm gonna stop there and just be like, you don't need to clarify. This live is so unnecessary and it actually kind of creates more drama. But whatever. Keep going. She says, so please, everyone, stop fighting about this. She goes on to read the comments and it says, just be Yoko. And she goes, exactly. My sister has always dated women, so I'm used to it. Her real sister Nico is who she's talking about, not her fee, her actual sister. She's protective, making sure I don't end up with someone strange, and checks if a person is suitable. But right now, I'm at a point where I barely have time to sleep, let alone deal with people arguing about my gender. She laughs. Do you understand? I even feel sorry for them. I like people based on how I feel about them. Do you all get what I'm saying? Am I making sense? I'm trying to speak Thai, but there aren't any Thai comments. She laughs. Sometimes people come up with theories and connect the dots. When I comment to clarify or tell the truth, I don't intend to hurt anyone. I just want to say it's not true. But like when I comment and explain things. But are there times when I see something untrue and don't comment? Yes, there are. I can't explain everything on every post. She's reading a comment. Have you met someone you like? She goes, and she, apparently this is like 6 seconds of her thinking, someone I truly like? Not yet. Someone I'm really into? Not yet. Don't you all feel protective of me? Honestly, mommy, didn't you say I'm still not grown up? And that's the end of the thing. Now, she hasn't met someone she truly likes yet. Then I'm like, why would you, what is the point? She's like, if you say, I don't do fan service, I do what I want and what feels comfortable, but what you doing with Faye is like beyond what anyone would do in a normal situation that's just like a coworker, and then be so possessive of them and not want them to see anyone else, talk about anyone, like the whole like the rules situation, how we've seen her in real time be jealous. That's a little strange for a friendship, no? That's really, really weird. Okay? And then also just all of the affection that they do, period. You don't have to do this in terms of fan service. Like, all the other GLs are not doing this. You could do very, very little. So to me, some of this is bullshit. I'm like, girl, you don't know your own feelings? Like, and if like this is how you act with your friends, like you be all over them like this, that's weird. Like, I think you might have feelings for your friends. You just don't know it, but you're young, whatever. But again, I'm like, I don't know if I believe the things that she's saying completely here. I think some of this is what she wants to say, and some of it is, feeding into the fandom, a little bit, and setting boundaries. Letting people know, like, I'm just not gonna tell you everything. But she is even in this saying, I'm not gonna tell you everything. She's kind of telling too much, to be honest. Like, we don't need to know all this. And the funny thing about this is, like, the fact that she said, have I met anyone I like? Someone I truly like? Not yet. Someone I'm really into? Not yet. So people are like, oh, so you're single. Okay, great. You reaffirmed that. So that means Faye is single, which means Faye is available now. Now, if that is true and people start to pursue Faye, how are you going to react to that, Yoko? Because you made it very clear that you're not okay with her talking to anybody else. So this is where I'm like, this is the bullshit. Like, because I don't see that happening, but maybe it will. Maybe in the next few weeks we see some distancing between themselves, and like Faye is able to be old Faye. We'll see. Time will only tell. Time will only tell. Okay, this is, someone asked her about P5. She says, about P5, she's a good sister. She's my idol. I think, like, she's so smart. She's a good person. And then it just cuts off. I don't know. It's like, she's just my sister. Again, reiterating that they're just sisters. Pro max. Because Because, like, most sisters don't be acting like they be acting. But okay, they're just sisters, as she says. Believe Yoko. They're just sisters.
She's a good sister. She's my idol. I think, like, she's so smart.
She's so smart.
And
I gotta put this on mute. The copyright. Her performance is so good. She's so smart. Her performance is so good. She taught me a lot. She has taught you a lot. I would say that. She's definitely a mentor. She's my good idol. She's a good person, trust me. Her performance in acting, like in the drama, I think you saw it in blank. Oh my god. I think you saw it, okay. I learned a lot from her. I really admire her. Okay. That's what she's saying. She's saying she's just her sister, she's her idol, and that she just admires her, and she also is incredibly clingy and jealous. All of these things with her as well. Interesting.
oh, guys, we will release the Christmas song on 25.
Christmas song coming out.
It's really, really cute.
Cute Christmas
ช่ว
song.
งขาย25 นี้เราจะปล่อยเป็นดัดฟันแบบใสค่ะบางทีที่เห็นหนูแบบอย่างเงี้ยไม่ใช่นะกวนลิปติกที่ดัดฟัน
She's talking about she got braces. Or like a retainer.
มันยิ้มยากอะ
So she's talking funny.
แต่ก็ใกล้ I'm so lucky that my friends don't have a big heart. Their heart have a big area to understand other people, to understand for the truly human. Because we are human, we can angry, we can sad, we can love, and we can live. That's life. But you can choose that you're gonna be the better person of you, or the useless version. If we're lacking of the empathy, our community will be so sad. I mean, it seems so sad. If we not start with us, like with ourselves, who's gonna start for that? So let's start from ourselves. Be nice, be human. You can sad, you can cry, you can happy, but just try to not hurt other people.
It's good advice.
And protect yourself in the same time. Yeah, we are human, we want to feel any emotional. It's fine, and I understand that sometimes people angry at me, people doesn't like my statement or my truly answer directly, but it's me. No one can get only love, and no one can get only hate. We have to get both. But don't let the hate hurt you. That's why I understand all the people that doesn't like me or something. I cannot please every people.
You cannot.
I can tell that I will never mad at them. I understand.
There's too much energy to be mad at people.
Well, I'm not good at everything. I'm just me. It's fine. You don't have to angry to other from me because I understand them. time when I just went to the fan meeting and someone just like doesn't wanna see my face, that is fine. It's their money, their life. They just want to come to see their idol.
Very mature.
I'm okay with that. I'm happy for them that they came to see their idol and they're happy.
Their idol, you mean Faye.
Even I am not the one of the reason, but I'm happy that other people happy. I just want to see that. I just want to see human happy. Just that. So it's fine. I understand that. I really understand. And I can tell you I'm not sad. If I sad, I will tell you guys. But I really understand that I'm not judged and I'm not angry and I'm not sad. That's life. That's life.
Wise young one.
They don't disrespect to me. It's fine. It's their choice. Their life. It's their life.
So understanding.
Like me too. If I don't want to do anything, I will not pretend to do anything.
Oh, we know.
That person or that something and me is the same. We are human. We can do anything that we want, but not hurt other people. And I can tell you, no one can hurt me. I'm strong enough to know that I have value at my own. And I know there's a lot of people who love me and take care of me and they support me. I don't have to care about the other people who doesn't love me. And also I don't have to angry at them. It's their choice. So you guys, don't hurt them. Please. They just do whatever they want. You know, sometimes it's the only one thing that they can do, follow their heart.
That was very, very well said, actually. I'm pretty impressed with that whole thing. That was pretty long. It was like 6 minutes, but everything she said in there was absolutely correct. And it's like, worry about yourself. Don't be dramatic. But I don't think it's going to help. There's people in here who don't care what she says, and they're going to create drama no matter what. So it is what it is.
And I know you guys.
Oh, gotta put, it's copyright. She says, I hope today will be no drama, and I know you guys are smart enough to understand. They're not. Because I know you and me like the same. We are smart. You're so, oh my God, so forgiving. Smart and kind people, we're the best, better person in every day. So just relax and go to sleep. Don't think too much. Just relax and go to sleep, bitches.
Any drama, and I know you guys smart enough to understand because I know for entertainment and go. So just relax, watch it for entertainment, and go to sleep. Don't think too much. Don't over analyze it.
Great advice. Just for entertainment, babe. What's just for entertainment? She just said watch it. It was kind of vague.
I speak something wrong or say something hurt you guys or maybe say something.
She said watch it for entertainment, but I don't know if she meant the live or she meant like the fan meetings or like everything. What's entertainment? Like the show? Like what is entertainment? What's watch it?
Not clearly to make you guys misunderstanding. I'm really sorry. But trust me, I don't want to hurt other people and I don't want to hurt you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys will understand that I'm just me. I can maybe make a mistake, but my intention, I never hurt other people and I never want to hurt you. I mean, I never want to hurt other people's feelings. So go to sleep.
Go to sleep. She's so funny. The funny thing about this too is like she's saying all this and like essentially denying that she's in a relationship, and did not start drama and things like that. But I mean, the big thing I think it was about the drama, but the fact that she did pretty much confirm that she was single again, when literally 3 days before this, Faye is in her live, simping so hard for Yoko, bringing her up like 4 or 5 different times in the live, in some kind of reference or direct conversation about her. This is where I'm like, okay, maybe Yoko is telling the truth and she is not into anyone. I'm like, but Faye is into you. Faye is most definitely into you. And I hope she's doing all right. Okay, so now I want to talk about the airport because this was literally the next day. This is the next morning. She shows up, with 9-Star Studios. Yoko and P5 are walking through the Bangkok Airport. And, they're in tow. They're doing their airport thing. People pointed out that they're not holding hands, but I'm like, they hold hands later. They're not holding hands at this exact moment. But they're talking, they're laughing, having conversations. Faye being her very protective self. There's one point where, like, someone is walking towards Yoko and she, like, pulls her out of the way because they're laughing. They're having a good time. Looks fine. Someone's coming, and then I think Faye pulls her out of the way. She's like, no, yep. Because she's always in protective mode. But yeah, they're fine. They're just, at the airport. Nothing crazy. Yoko at the airport, talking to fans, chumming it up as she does. Being interactive. Faye tells her to grab her bag. Faye is... I think she's just looking for water. Oh no, she's looking for something and then P5 gave her a water. P.I. gave her a water, excuse me. And then Yoko is being silly and goofing around. And Faye looks a little annoyed. Oh, and they're having a conversation. Oh, and it looks like she's forcing her to drink water. It went like this. Oh, tries to make her drink water again. But Yoko's being mischievous. She's being naughty, essentially, right now. This is another perspective of it. It looks like they're talking to P.I. and it just looks like Yoko is being annoying and like fluttering around saying something, and P.I. is not having it. And so she makes her to stop her from talking because Yoko loves to talk. She loved to talk. Give her water to shut up. And here is a different perspective of it. You can actually see their faces. They are arguing. Look how close they are to each other's faces. Yoko's like listening. She's like, no, be quiet. Drink water. She says, thud mock, talk too much, and then tells her to shh at the same time. And then Yoko tries to talk again, and she's like, stop. But she's like grinning about it. She's like, it's funny. But Faye is like low-key annoyed. She's annoyed with her. Have to say though, oh, look at this. Faye, when she's mad, she looks so good. It's kind of hot. I'm like, oh yeah, be mad, daddy. Like, um, she's she is fierce looking. But here's the thing about this whole situation: the way she looks at her. That look, I know that look. Like when you're with a partner, and we can say this is a romantic partner, this is just like platonic, whatever. This is how you look at them when you're upset, when you're like going at it. This she don't look at other people like this. I've never seen her. I've seen her mad at people and like get irritated with like her friends and stuff out and about. She never looks at them like this. And the way that they are so fucking close together right now. Um, this is like girlfriend coded. We're having an argument. Plus, this is not the first time they've had an argument. I've seen them argue multiple times at the. They've argued at the airport multiple times, at least twice. I've seen it, and I've seen them argue at like a press conference. They argued during an interview. But the arguing during the interview was more of a bickering. But like where they were actually like going at it was like they've done it in public multiple times, and they don't seem to mind. Like they have said this in a live before, in like a Taobao live, that like when they have any issues that come up, they're not afraid to fight it out. Like they immediately talk it out. And fight is like, I'm not a person that keeps things in, so they just like get whatever it is they need to get out. And so I've seen this. This isn't new, which is also kind of weird. I'm like, why are you having these kind of like annoyance conversations with your coworker? I get it, you guys spend a lot of time together, but you spend a lot of time with everybody else, and you don't be having these arguments. They only have these arguments with each other. Look how she's looking at her. Talk too much. the She has given her the finger before. Oh, I remember in an award show. They were at the award show. I forgot which one it was. The one where Yoko was wearing the red dress and Faye was wearing the white suit, and they were arguing at the table and like going at it like Yoko was kind of like looking down at her phone and be like blah 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 blah, and Faye was like no, like not even like kind of looking at her. They're like looking kind of opposite directions but talking to each other, and Faye was like da 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 da, and then gave her the finger. It was like no. And I'm like, they made up right after that. They're fine. But I'm like, this is so girlfriend coded, and you don't even tell me that you're single, Yoko. This is single, because I'm like, sure you're single, but Faye is not single right now. Faye is in something. There's something. The manhandling too. Like she is so comfortable to manhandle her. You let your friends manhandle you and pull you around, pull your neck. There's been so many times where Faye has pulled her by the neck. So many times. Looks like a girlfriend fight. Looks like girlfriend annoyance. Oh, there's another angle. So many people were recording them, and I love that they will fight in front of people and don't care. They'll be quiet about. They'll like lower their voices, but they will still fight. They'll still argue in front of people. It's so funny. So many angles. Be quiet. I wonder what she was saying. I mean, she was just being annoying, and she's probably being like, "I can be annoying" or whatever. And I was like, "No, please stop it. Stop being annoying." People were trying to say like, oh, this has to do with her live last night, and I don't know. I couldn't say that was true because they were laughing with each other when they came to the airport. Everything was fine. She just seemed to be like hopping around and doing the most. And she called it how ding dong or whatever they called it in the Bangkok fan meet. She just got super excited, and I think that was annoying Faye. Oh, another angle. We'll just keep watching it. So many people recorded this. There's so many people. They did not care. It's the way that Faye looks at her. Loving annoyance. You could also say that that's like almost like a daughter kind of like mother kind of situation, but not the way they be touching each other. No, sirree. That's not platonic. Another perspective. Is this the same one? This might be the same. I don't know if this is a different perspective or not. This is a close-up. Look at Faye's eyes. She always stares at Yoko in the eyes. She's very intent when she's talking to her. She's like, but Yoko laughing it off, being silly, Faye being annoyed. And then this happens. This is only a small bit of it. Is they're making up. They're making up immediately. Okay? Another angle of them making up. And you know how I can tell they're making up and how it was immediate? Because of the level of water in the water bottle. The water bottle is like halfway, and that's where she was at when she drank it. When the second time she took her swig, she was about halfway. And so this is right after that. They're immediately making up and talking it out because they don't, like, Faye is like, I don't like to keep things in. We're gonna like get through this immediately. So here's like the longer version of it. She's kind of talking to, so it kind of starts with Yoko. Faye's like, basically, I want to talk it. She wants to talk it out, and Yoko turns around, and then people, I think the crew is talking to them, and she's like, wait. So she's like talking to the crew real quick, and then she touches Yoko's head, like, wait, but caressing, and then they start to talk it out. And then she pulls her by the waist and pats her on the head again, and is talking it out with her. At one point, she like adjusts her hair because her hair is like in her face a little bit. There. What is this? They are talking it out. They are talking out this argument. What the fuck is that? And there's the other angle. You can actually see it happening, like their faces. Yoko's trying to give her points, and Faye is like telling her and pulling her close too is like affection and also like a little bit of privacy, like kind of talking a little bit the other direction where there's not cameras. But they are talking this argument out. Conflict resolution. And look how Faye, look at this shit. This is killing me, is the way that Faye is looking at her. And how even Yoko is looking at her. Wide-eyed. And Faye looking down at her like, babe, I'm really annoyed with you right now. You're doing this, and that, and I don't like it. Blah blah blah. That's the conversation that I'm seeing. And I'm getting mad at you, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings, and I don't mean to like yell at you, but like you gotta stop. And then they made up. That's the end of it. And then Yoko's kind of like laughing at the end. She's like, okay, haha, okay. Let's move. What am I supposed to do with that shit? What am I supposed to do? And this is like, oh, take your Delulu pills. Because I'm like, who makes up like that? If you're not in a relationship, that was a relationship makeup. Like, we just argued, we just quarreled, let's make up right now. What is the point of having this close of a relationship? There's no point, there's no need for that if you guys are just friends, if you're just co-workers. Like, why are you so emotionally entangled with each other? Okay, anyway, moving on. Let's see a little bit more of this airport situation. Saying thank you to someone. Oh, this is definitely, okay. So here, they're just waiting around P5 and Youngyo are always together. They're always like within a few feet of each other. I've noticed. Like they be hovering around each other. They don't have to, but they be doing that. And then, talking to staff. Nothing too big. Now they're talking to Wee. Wee's having a little conversation. Looks like about socks or something. I don't know, shoes. And Yoko is just like following Faye around. Entering, and then this, that right there, she's just following around, kind of little feet following her around, and then Faye puts her arm around her. Why? It seemed very natural. Just like, oh, let me put my arm around her. You do this with your friends? You just be like holding your friends? Like, let me just like, and it, just very casually, there's no reason to do it. She just like, oh, Yoko's close to me, I'm gonna put my, like, very, very natural. Very much like this is what I normally do. And then asking her, I think they're asking about coats. And she's asking her, oh, is it in here? Is your coat in here? And she's like, yeah, it's in here, basically. She's like, okay. And then she opens Yoko's luggage for her. Why can't, Yoko's right there. Why can't she just open her luggage? This is what I'm talking about, like the caretaker stuff. Like she wants to take care of her. I'm like, you don't got to do that. You're just friends. You're just coworkers. Why are you doing this? Why isn't her manager doing it? Her manager could do it. Her manager's trying to help. But Faye is like, no, I'll help you. I'll open it. And then Yoko gets her big ass jacket out. And then what does Faye do? She goes to unzip it for her, as if Yoko can't unzip her own jacket. What are we doing here, bro? What is this? They're not together. This whole situation is girlfriend coded. And it's so simple. It's not that big a deal, but it is. It's like very subtle. She goes to unzip it. And then Faye, such a helper, she like tries to help with the luggage. Again, Yoko's luggage, by the way. And then P-Bass is like, no, don't do it, I'll do it. As she should. Faye's like, oh, I just wanted to help. She's like, I'm not allowed to help. Oh my god. P5 was being annoying, harassing PI. They're doing something, I don't know, but P5 is like annoyed and he's like, sulk. Goes to fiddle with her backpack. Takes out her hairband, which is a sunflower, which she loves. Talks to the fans, because why not? They're recording everything, why not talk to them? Tells PI something the fans are saying. Oh, this is after Yoko got her jacket, so I should edit this. I'll take this out and edit it a little bit later. Okay, so then right after she takes out her her hairband and she puts on some lip gloss or whatever, lip tint, whatever. Yoko comes over because Yoko cannot not be like touching Faye or like messing with her or being in her world. And Faye kind of looks at her like, what do you want? She's like, what? She's like, huh? She's like, what? Oh. And then immediately gives it to her. Because she doesn't say no to this girl. She just gives her what she wants. Oh, the lip tint came out a little bit too much. Oh, what will I do with the extra? I will put it on her lips with my finger. And then I'll put some on my lips. And then let me put it on my lips. Get it on. Make sure it looks right. And then what I'm going to do at the end of that, I'm going to fix her hair a little bit on her face. And the extra I'm going to put on her lip with the same finger. I understand, like, girlfriends, quote-unquote sisters, will share makeup and things. Okay, that too. they'll share makeup and things, but why are you fingering and using the same? Put it on your lip, put it on her lip, put it on your lip, put it back on her lip. What was that about? And then Yoko doing the most. She's like doing her sexy pose, and Faye like smacks her at the end, which is like her somewhat annoyed. See the smack? Like, stop it, girl. Here's another perspective, because of course there's many perspectives. It's so funny because I'm like, Faye seems annoyed with her. Obviously, she's annoyed in the situation. Like, this is been going, like, but she's still making up with her. She's still taking care of her, being a provider. Sounds, very girlfriend coded. That is so unnecessary. She didn't need to do all that. She didn't smack her ass, but she did smack her. Usually it's an ass smack. Oh, another angle of her. See, let me fix your hair. Same when they were arguing. She was fixing her hair. When they were like resolving their argument, their conflict resolution. It seems incredibly unnecessary. Another angle. Her immediate reaction was like, oh, I have this, not to put it on my lip first, but to put it on Yoko. Oh, you're there. Let me put it on you, babe. And why are you sharing? They share lip gloss a lot, lip tint or whatever it is. Like, this isn't the first time they've done this. They've shared it and like put it on each other. I'm like, you could say this is fan service, but it seemed like just a natural reaction for her. Faye to do, like, oh, I have extra, let me put it on her. Yep, smack her. Guess she's being annoying. Being too sexy. Yep. Being too sexy, stop it. I don't want you sexy. She told you at the Cambodian fan meet, she was like, they're like, is Yoko sexy or cutie or both? And she was like, she's cutie, no more sexy. She was like, if I was like, I don't want her to be sexy. Now this situation, Yoko thinks that two of the fans are dating, which they're not, but she thinks they are, and then she goes and gets Faye to go like make hands at them, even though Faye was busy. She was doing something else. She was like, Faye, come here, let's do this. And Faye got up and did it. She stopped what she was doing, came over, interacted with the fans because they thought they were together, and then went back to what she was doing. This girl does anything that Yoko tells her to do. Why? Here's Yoko being Yoko, interacting with the fans. I think this is when she she's asking them. She's like, oh, are you guys the couple? And they're like, no. They literally say no. And she doesn't believe them, or she doesn't hear them say no. Faye is busy. She's doing something else. And she's like, Faye, come here. Look, they're together. She's like throwing the... You could say that she is like doing what the fans do to them onto them. It's funny. And Faye's like, oh, they're together? Really? Oh. And then they do the... Wow. And then Faye goes back to doing what she was doing. The girl is whipped. And then Faye is saying thank you to... I don't know what's going on here. She's saying thank you. Going through her bag. Alright, here's some airport pics of them. I think they're like leaving to go through security. Just Faye looking pretty. I mean, this is pretty much why I put it in here, because I'm like, she is just ridiculously attractive. Why is she so pretty? So gorgeous. This is them on the escalator going up, saying their goodbyes. very close together, which, that's very fan servicey for them to, like, stand side by side and go up the elevator. Although a lot of times they don't. Usually when they're on the elevator, they don't stand side by side. And Faye's like touching her, of course, making sure she's okay. Gotta always be touching her back, her lower back. Usually when they get on the elevator, they're not together, actually. So this is actually pretty rare. I'm kind of surprised that they're doing this. Another perspective of Faye saying goodbye. Oh, she's so gorgeous. So pretty. So pretty. I love you, whiny. So this is them at the Hangzhou Airport. They've arrived and they're just like having a quiet moment while their staff is getting their luggage and having a little chat. They're bundled up because it's very cold in China, so gotta be prepared. Walking through the airport. Oh, here's another perspective of like them coming out of the airport. And the security pulls like a barricade so people can't see. Also, Faye is holding Yoko's bag, which I find interesting. I'm like, why are you holding her bag? You could give that to P-Bass. And she does eventually. P-Bass does take it eventually. But in the beginning, they come out, and Faye is holding her bag. So much caretaking. Unnecessarily. But it's kind of funny that they close the barrier. They're like, no, you guys can't see anything. Here's another view of it. I'm coming out, and the security's like, nope. Not for you, fans. Not for you. There is a point where Faye does, like, wave to them over the barricade because she's so damn tall. So she's able to do that, so she gives those fans something. They are walking through the airport with some security. There's some fans, but it's not as many fans as I would expect because they're kind of like, looks like they're like deeper into the airport. They're not like on the outside, but quite a few people.
我的妈耶，虚晃一招，笑死我！刚才那些跑的人算什么？笑死我！哇！ Hi, Yoko.
No, there is a bit of a crowd. It doesn't look like it at first, but there is. And they're holding hands. It's getting a little raucous. Yeah, just walking through airport security, hand in hand, but with face masks. Yeah. Usually don't have face masks on, actually. Must be maybe a high sickness rate going on. Maybe COVID's back. I don't know. A lot of security, which I appreciate. Usually they don't, I feel like they don't never have enough security. Is it a lot? I don't know. It's about like 4 people. And then plus their crew. And they're locking arms, which is good. They're keeping people out. P5 is wearing that sunflower headband, like rubber band, I don't know what you call it, hair tie. And like basically dragging Yoko with her to walk faster. Yoko got little legs. Oh yeah. And I think P5 like stuck her tongue out at someone. Oh. Redirecting. Going a different way. I think they're going to the elevators. Oh my god, this is so chaotic. Not as bad as I've seen. They've had much worse, to be honest. This isn't even that bad. Yeah, this is where Faye like sticks her tongue out at someone. I think from what I understood, someone said, I don't know if they said top yo, or if they said like, yeah, they might have said top yo. I think they said top yo, and that's why she stuck her tongue out on them. You know how she feels about that. Yep, that's exactly what they said. Top yo. They said top yo, and she's like, no. She took her mask off and everything to let y'all know she was not happy about that. And then I know they're zooming in on the hand holding. Well, it's not really important. Again, them walking through the airport. This is just a different perspective of someone who was filming from the front a little bit more. Hand in hand as always. People are like, oh, they weren't holding hand in Bangkok. No, they weren't. But now they are. Are you happy? They gotta be attached like fucking glue all the time. They're so nice though, even though it's a little bit like annoying and clamoring. They're still waving to fans, trying to get through the airport safely. Damn, security gotta push people out of the way. It's getting serious. Having to link up, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Or people will get really close, and you don't want that. But then where would I have this footage? I keep saying that. Like, these people are doing the most, but it's the reason why I have this footage, to make videos. Catch 22. If I'd switched sides at one point, she was on Yoko's right, and then she switched to her left. I'm not sure why. Why did she feel the need to do that? This is exactly the same footage. It's just like other people recording, like one of the many people there. It's pretty much the same stuff. People recording them. Oh, look, they're holding hands while they're walking. Yeah, I guess so. You can kind of really see the entourage here, like how many people were like with them, and like security from the back. It is intense. She's like, yes. I see you. Top 5 all the way. She loves when people do that. And them getting on that elevator finally. Chaotic. Faye still interacting. Okay, so when the elevator door closed and then it was starting to move, Faye pulled Yoko close to give her a snuggle, a hug, or whatever, and people were like losing their shit about that. They're like, "Oh, they are okay?" And I'm like, "There's nothing wrong with them. They're just having a little spat." People argue. Faye is a very affectionate person, so it's not gonna be for very long. And see, like, they switched sides, and like Yoko got behind her at one point, and she was holding on to her arm, and Faye's like, "No, get in front. You go into the elevator first, as always." She always makes sure that Yoko gets on the elevator first. So yeah, they were holding hands on the right hand side, and then Yoko went to her back, and then started holding her left arm, and like got closer to her, because it was getting a little tight, a little scary. someone took a picture of like right when the elevator was starting to move and how they were like super affectionate. I don't want to say they were super affectionate. Faye is super affectionate, and this is again where I'm saying I'm like, Yoko might not be into her. Maybe it's not. Maybe this is a very one-sided because it seems like it could be one-sided, and Faye is like not changing who she is. She is very much exactly the same. Attentive, affectionate, intimate, annoyed, which is all on brand. I think it's another perspective of them waiting for the door to close and P5 pulling her close. She is like she can't wait to not be around people, to be even more affectionate, and that is even seen in like when they came back from Cambodia, when they were in the van and they were in the van and the doors were closed, and she thought that no one could see them, and she was like fixing Yoko's hair and like arranging it or whatever, and then she realized that people could see them, and then she like straightened up and she's like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, they do even more when the cameras are not around. Fan service, eh? Another perspective. So look at the side view, it's so funny. Another, she pulled her by her head. Oh, she's like, come here, babe. She'd be manhandling that girl all the time. Okay. Single, but unavailable. We'll keep saying that. Single and unavailable. Because what is this? It's fan service, sure. Yeah. You do it right when you're getting away from the cameras and you're on the elevator and it's going down and away from people. That's when you decide to do the extra fan service. Even, and we all know that, like, when they're in China, they're supposed to be less affectionate. They're like not supposed to be so, like, they can hold hands, but you shouldn't be really doing much of anything else. So might be feeling a little deprived. Gotta sneak it in where you can. At least for Faye. Like you're saying, I'm like, well, at least for her, it seems like she's very much into yoga. Oh, it's just kind of like an appreciation thing here for like Faye just being the sweetest, and she is. I mean, what can you say? I don't know. All of this to say, them going through their situationship essentially, in a little spat. Like, what is this? Like, yeah, there's drama, and I think that Yoko should not talk anymore in lives about her personal life at all, or the situation with her in Faye, and let it be what it is. If it's fan service, if it's a real relationship, who cares? Just like live your life, and let us enjoy it, and let the fans have their fun and their fandoms, and then we'll find out in 4 years from now if it's real or not. And if it's not, that's fine, and we'll move on with our lives. And if it isn't, if it's actually real, that's even better. That's great. Good for y'all. Hopefully you're still together in 4 years. But like, it's unnecessary. And then I just like seeing them happy. I like seeing Faye happy. I like seeing Yoko happy. I like seeing them happy together. And I would like to see that continue. And I like to continue to ship them. So let's not with drama. Let's not. Actions to me speak louder than words. And what are we doing here? Okay, this is what I gotta say, is what are we doing here? For me, actions speak louder than words, right? So their reaction videos, which look incredibly natural and very much like intimate and very coupley, to me, says a lot. The amount of unnecessary fan service that they do, they could be doing a quarter of what they're doing, and it would be enough. But they do more because they feel comfortable doing it. Do you have a dog question? Which is very much the girlfriend question, and Yoko has said that she is the dog. The July 3rd situation, Yoko kissing Faye on the neck, and then also kissing her on the cheek at the Bangkok fan signing, rubbing Faye's butt and hitting her butt multiple times, Faye rubbing Yoko's thighs a lot, multiple instances of that, and caressing her, the biting that happens between them, kinky, sucking fingers that have happened, eating things out of each other's mouths, like the lemon gate. The last fan meeting in Cambodian airport, where they essentially got caught caressing each other in the van. There's just like many moments where the cameras weren't there, sitting on each other's laps, when they holding hands when the cameras aren't there. People who don't work for them talking about like, oh, how they act in front of y'all is exactly how they act when they're not in front of you. They do the exact same thing. Their friends saying stuff on Instagram or social media, basically co-signing their relationship as if it's real. How Faye looks at Yoko and how she treats her, there's so much tenderness, there's so much intimacy, intensity, annoyance, very much gives girlfriend and the body language. So I'm like, what are y'all? What are you? We will never know. Well, that's not true. We will know in 4 years. But for right now, I'm gonna be Delulu, and I'm gonna be like, they're together, and they just want to mess with us and, gaslight us and interviews and things like that. And it's fine. It's fun. This is kind of fun. I have to say, this is a good time, a good ride, and I wish nothing for the best for them. And if they are not together, like I said, I don't care. I really care about Faye as a person, as an artist, as an actor, whatever, and I am going to follow Faye wherever she goes. There's no reason for me not to. I love her personality. I love her background. I love her previous honesty, how she used to be, and her saying, which I don't necessarily subscribe to, but it's like, if you promise this not to go, I promise to stay, or something like that. I promise to stay if you promise not to go, whatever it is. I'm kind of with that. I'm like, yeah, there's no reason for me not to follow her around and see her future endeavors. I'm rooting for her, and I'm really excited about the future. So yeah, that is it. That is my take, my very, very long take on this whole drama, whatever. Are they or aren't they? But yeah. Thanks for watching this very long video of my take on the Yoko Live, TikTok Live, and the airport experience for going to Hangzhou, China. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. Mod systemet vi bokser, de andre hopper som lopper, imens jeg også er en hosser.